yesterday when I was sharing my homework, then you said you will have breakthrough in wealth. I don't know when, why. I don't know why I'm saying. I was looking for an answer, and you gave me that yesterday. Wealth Homa in Houston. And I asked Swami if I should join that one. And so you gave me the answer yesterday.
Very good. Great, Ma. Go ahead. Oh, so she's caused for that thing, is it? Yesterday you had the clarity in the session? Is that it?
Yeah.
Very good. Anderson, you have opened a satsang center on Shivaratri day in your home. Very good. Where is she? Om Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnana Murtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisam Tattvamasya Adilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Very good. Lee Kim also had a miracle with relationship. Very good. Before we get into the Gita, let us first bow down to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. I salute unto you, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Guru, Master of the world, Son of Vasudeva, Supreme Bliss of Devaki, Destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura. I bow down to you. So last class, we were speaking about Krishna promised to happen again and again, every millennium, whenever the negative energy grows. Krishna declares, I'll come down again and again to set right the wrong things. When one is conscious and complete, one accepts all of humanity as an extension of oneself. Yet, each individual needs to be aware of his own consciousness. Negativity or unconsciousness can be collective. That is why when a collective negativeness increases, Bhagavan says, he will sambhavami yuge yuge. He will come down again and again and again. So this is what we spoke in the last class. Today, let us speak what Bhagavan is saying more. One who knows or experiences the reality of my divine appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take birth again in this material world, but attains me, O Arjuna. We discussed this also yesterday. And the next verse, Bhagavan is saying, being freed from attachment, fear and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me, many beings in the past have become purified by the knowledge of me, and thus they have realized my being. And Bhagavan is saying, I reward everyone, I show myself to all people according to the manner in which they surrender unto me, in the manner that they are devoted to me, O Partha. Men in this world desire success through activities and therefore they worship the gods. Men get instant results from active work in this world. Bhagavan is saying, one who understands the nature of my appearance and activities will be liberated from this birth and death cycle. How can it be? He says, understand my transcendental nature of birthlessness, deathlessness, Bhagavan is saying. He's birthless, he's deathless. He says, if you understand the highest truth of that transcendental nature of my appearance and activities, once you leave the body, you will not take birth and death like ordinary humans. You will also achieve the same transcendental nature what Bhagavan is having. If you understand that I don't take the body, you will not take the body either. If you understand I am liberated, you will realize that you are also liberated. How can it be? We will start with an incident from Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi's life, an enlightened saint from India. One of his disciples, Muruganar, wrote Ramana Puranam. It is the stotra, verses in praise of Ramana Maharishi. He wrote a few lines and somehow he was not able to write further. So what he did, he just brought the paper and put it at the feet of the master and said, Bhagavan, I am not able to write. Ramana Maharishi says, all right, you go. Let us look into it tomorrow. The next day, when the disciple came back, he saw that the poem was completed. Ramana Maharishi himself wrote the whole poem and completed it. The disciple was surprised. He himself had written his own praises. Later, when the disciple published it, Bhagavan saw that he had put a small footnote from this line on by just so that the devotees would know that those particular verses were Bhagavan's own. On seeing the first copy of the book, Ramana Maharishi turned to the disciple and asked, oh, were the other lines written? Understand, he asked, oh, does it mean that the other lines are all written by you? When you wrote all those verses, as such you cannot think about me or write about me. Because all about me or write about me. But Bhagavan is beyond, right? How can anybody comprehend or describe? What do you know about me? Unless I express myself through you, you cannot know anything about me. Only a man who has disappeared into the divine consciousness can write his poem. In the life history of Krishna, Krishna himself sings, I am the Lord. Just like how he now is saying, Bhutanam Ishwaropi. He's saying, right? These words are so beautiful. I am the Lord of all living entities, he's saying. In this verse in Gita, he's saying, I am the Lord of all living entities. Bhutanam Ishwaropi says this. You should not look at Krishna from today's perspective. Guys, understand. See, now he's too... We all know he's an incarnation. Please understand, don't look at Bhagavan from today's perspective. You should understand the whole scene as it happened then on the battlefield at Kurukshetra. Now, because of time, we have accepted Krishna as God. But these words by Bhagavan was said when he was alive, when people could not accept him as God. When Rama was walking on planet Earth, only the Saptarishis, the energy of 7 sages that controls the world, only the Saptarishis knew he is an incarnation. About Sri Ramachandra Prabhu. Similarly, when Krishna was alive in his body, very few people recognized who he was. But in those days on the battlefield, Bhagavan is saying, Bhutanam Ishwaropi, I am the Lord of all living entities. Somebody asked Ramana Maharishi. Bhagavan Ramana says, If I don't speak about myself, you can never understand me. Unless I reveal, you can never realize me. Just out of my compassion, I express the truth. I express myself. It is like this. You are caught in a traffic jam on the road. You ring up and ask your friend who is traveling ahead of you on the same road. How is it there? Is there a traffic jam? Can I come by the same road or should I take some other road? If you ask like that, will your friend not have the simple courtesy to guide you? Surely he will guide you, isn't it? With the same basic courtesy, Sri Krishna is revealing his truth to all of us here. How is it there? Can I come by the same all of us here, he's saying, I am God, I am the ultimate. His possibility, when I can achieve, why can't you achieve? Bhagavan Sri Krishna is showing the space of possibility by uttering, I am God, I am the ultimate. Of authenticity. He encourages us. And he says, when I can achieve my God, when I can achieve this state, why can't you achieve it? It is like a seed is always afraid of rupturing to become a tree. The seed, but the tree tells the seed, I cannot happen. He says, no, let the tree happen, then I will open. But the tree says, no, first you have to open, only then I can happen. The problem between the tree and the seed continues endless. It is necessary for somebody to give a little courage. A tree that was a seed once before can say, courageous, be authentic to your highest possibility. Don't worry, you will never perish. Open up. Just like me, you will also be. The tree who is once upon a time a seed should give that courage to that seed. Don't worry, nothing will happen to you. You will become a tree if you open. The same way, Sri Krishna Swamiji gives courage of authenticity to us. You can also become God. Please listen. Inside the seed, if life is not happening, the tree won't come out. Inside the seed, life has to happen. The tree has to come out. Inside your body, authenticity has to happen. Enlightenment has to come. Inside your body, if authenticity, the completion, fulfillment, enlightenment won't come out. Please understand carefully. If life is not happening, that is why inside the seed, life has to happen. Tree has to come out. Inside your body, if authenticity is not happening, completion, fulfillment, enlightenment, come out. Authenticity has to happen in your mind. Add authenticity to your thinking. If life is not continuing to happen in the seed, it is not a seed. it is dead. Please see this. Continuously happening in the seed. It is not a seed anymore. It will never sprout. If authentic continuously happening in you, you are not a possibility. We have possibility for things to simply make authenticity happen in you. Come on. Our heart is, if it says on, imagine, heart is not. Just imagine if heart were king, otherwise we will be dead. If it says, oh please, can you give me 1 minute rest? We'll be dead. Constantly make over, then it is dead. If the seed decides to be authentic and say, no, today I will at least just break my shell. I will sprout one small leaf. Now, let me make my second leaf. Then life is happening. Isn't it? When Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, I am the ultimate, he expresses the space of possibility. He reminds us of our potentiality. He enriches us to define ourselves with authenticity as he defines himself. He inspires us to enter the same consciousness, to experience the same bliss. When Sri Krishna reveals this truth, be very clear. Krishna is not egoistic. Be very clear. When Krishna reveals the truth that he is ultimate, he is not egoistic. He is expressing his true nature out of basic courtesy to his fellow travelers. The senior tree encourages the junior seed to open up and become a tree. The tree assures the seed. It says, don't worry, I have become a tree. You can also become like me. You don't have to feel you will disappear. It is an assurance. A small banyan tree seed is a huge tree in the form of possibility. In the same way, you are God in the form of possibility. You are the seed for God in the form of possibility. Just as how the banyan seed is a possibility for banyan tree, you are a possibility for Paramashiva himself. That is why again and again and again Swamiji tells you, when Krishna tells us, I am God, he means you too are God. He gives you the courage of authenticity. Please understand, when enlightened masters say I, they don't have any meaning behind that I. Only divinity speaks. But when you say I, you attribute a solid meaning, a solid identity to it, which is supported by solid experience. You know it when you are saying I, you know it, you feel it. If somebody asks, are you mad? You shout at them and prove it. Right? But with enlightened people, when they say God, it is based on solid experience. And when they say I, it has no meaning. So it's reverse for them. Master, You say enlightened people don't have karma. But how can you speak? How can you do all your activities if you don't have karma? He said, I'm not doing anything. The disciple asked, no, you are speaking to me. How can you speak to me if you don't have karma? Nisargadatta Maharaj said straight away, I'm not speaking to you. He was speaking and yet he said, I'm not speaking to you. He continues, because you wanted me to speak, the speaking is happening through this body. There is nobody inside. This is just like a hollow bamboo. When a breeze enters a hollow bamboo, it comes out as music. There is nobody inside. That is why whatever goes in comes out as music. When you become a hollow bamboo, whatever words come out of your mouth becomes mantra, sacred syllables. Your form becomes yantra, the tool of liberation. And your whole life becomes tantra, a technique for liberation. Your words are shastras, scriptures. Your form is the center for stotras, devotional prayers. And your very life is the sutra, the technique. So beautifully, he said, Nisargadatta Maharaj. Here, when Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, this is just the divine that is speaking. There is nobody inside. It is pure emptiness. Just the divine, the pure existence speaks through him. He has become a hollow bamboo. That is why he can courageously declare in a battlefield, Bhutanam Ishwaropi. I am the Lord of all beings, all entities. Wow, all living entities. Sitting comfortably at home, where you have all the security and protection, and declaring I am God is very easy. But Krishna, Sri Krishna, is making this statement in a place where he needs to prove it. He's in the middle of the battlefield. Where his life itself is at risk. One arrow is enough to finish his body. Yet he boldly declares, I am God. What courage and energy behind his words. It can come only from a solid experience, a deep conscious experience. Understand that first. One of the great disciples of Vivekananda, Sister Nivedita, asked him, Swamiji, if I come with you, what will you teach me? What will you give me? Vivekananda says, I will teach you how to face death. That is the ultimate teaching. Here, Sri Krishna is giving that ultimate teaching. In these verses, he's saying something very strange. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha tvaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam eti sorjuna. In these verses, he's saying something very strange. It means, if you understand the secret of my birth and death, you will be liberated from birth and death.